Hi, my name's Scott. I'm 23 years old and I'm currently working in the youth work department for the YMCA. Lazy, entitled, unmotivated and depressed. Just a few words used to describe the youth of today. But why? Why are we looked at so negatively in today's society and constantly blamed for things that aren't down to our own doing? Join me as we enter the minds of young people to show you exactly their struggles and how it affects them and their mindset. Where does it start? Well, in my opinion, it all goes wrong from the get-go, from day one. A lot of us have grown up being told that we're special, being told that we can get what we want just because we want it. Our environments reward participation as highly as finishing first and second. All in all, it's not a bad way of growing up, but if we fast forward to the ages of 16 to 20, when we're first entering a corporate world, getting our first jobs, and everything we've grown up knowing within an instance turned upside down. Our identities are shattered. We have an overwhelming feeling of feeling vulnerable, lost, lonely, and not cared for. We've come to the realization and understanding that we're just a statistic, a number amongst thousands of employees. Now, if we take this and we mix it in with the fact that we're so used to instant gratification, getting exactly what we want because we want it, we've grown up where we want clothes, we've got next day delivery. If we want food, we've got things like Deliveroo. We no longer have to wait for our favorite series or favorite movie to come out because we've got Netflix. And no longer need to form a proper relationship with anyone because we have social media and things like Tinder. One swipe right and the pretty girl that you liked online is your next date. But within all this, we forget that there's simply two things that you can't get next day delivery on. And that's forming a proper relationship and job satisfaction. So a lot of the youth of today end up chasing down jobs that they think are their dreams, and within 6 months they already want to leave. And on top of this all, they can't form a proper relationship. We've grown up in an age of social media. A lot of us use it and it plays a big part in our day-to-day lives. But we don't actually realize how destructive social media can be. Just to give you an example is, when we use social media, whether it be a new like, a new friend request, it releases a chemical in our brain called dopamine. Now, for those that don't know what dopamine is, it's a feel-good hormone that's released inside the brain. It's commonly associated with addictive habits such as gambling. Now, what happens is when we go through hard times, we go through stressful times, or our life isn't going as well as we hoped for, we're no longer turning to a person, someone that can help us. We're turning to a phone. We turn to a temporary buzz, something that will help us in the short term, not necessarily help us in the long. I myself have experienced this firsthand. I would describe myself as someone that did turn to their phone through hard times. And due to this, my relationship suffered extremely. I once was in a 3-year relationship, but unfortunately, due to the fact that I didn't turn to my partner when life got tough, and I turned to my phone, this 3-year relationship came to an end. My partner never liked the fact that I was getting new followers or getting likes, and made her feel insecure. And most normal people would compromise, would find common ground, or altogether stop. But unfortunately, it was due to the fact that it was all that I knew, it was all I felt comfortable with. I didn't. I chose my phone every single time. And ultimately, she left, and I don't blame her. Imagine choosing your phone over your significant other. Now, I know I'm not the only one that feels like this, and social media is actually the demise of a lot of relationships. I mean, my mental health took a dive. What did I do? Well, I deleted all my socials, my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, until I realized how little and insignificant a part they played in my life. In regards to my mental health, I let my friends know and my workplace know of my state. I seeked help. I knew I was suffering. Now, I know it's not easy, or not everyone can do so. And if you find yourself relating to myself, then I strongly recommend and urge you seek help. People do care, and people will help you through this tough time. Now, these are just some of the things that young people go through, some of the problems that they face. So it's actually no wonder that a lot of us know or ourselves are suffering from depression. And because, as I mentioned earlier, we're constantly labeled and looked down in society, the sad reality of life is that a lot of youth end up taking their own lives. Suicide.org states that suicide is the third leading cause of death between people aged 15 to 24. 20% of teenagers actually are diagnosed with depression before they've even entered adulthood. And every 100 seconds, a teenager takes their own life. Just to let this sink in and to give you guys a true understanding of how bad this is, at least 4 teenagers have already killed themselves throughout the duration of my speech, and potentially another 1 or 2 by the end. So it's clear to see numbers don't lie. Statistics don't lie. It's clear to see we have a problem. But it's a problem that we've swept under the rug for a long time, a problem that we're too scared to face. And by doing this, we're letting down the young people, letting down our youth, the future generations. But hopefully, by giving everyone that listens to my speech an insight of the minds of the young people and how exactly we view this, we can be the change that we so desperately need. We can be the ones to help all of the youth, or at least some, get out of this rut and let them know that they are wanted and that they can make a change amongst everything. My name's been Scott Chapman. Thank you very much for listening.